Hello students, welcome to IIC. Today our discussion is about SBI PO Prelims Grand Test number 30. Grand Test number 30. So let us move to the first question. First question. Retailer marks up an article 35% above its cost price and earns 96 rupees by giving a discount of 20% on the market price. If retailer invests equal amount of cost price of article at 7.5% per annum on simple interest for n years and gets total interest of 360 rupees, find out the value of n. Find out the value of n. Now find out the value of n means if I am marking 35% above the cost price and again giving a discount of minus 20%, giving a discount of 20%. That means if this is 100, this will be 135, 10% is 13.5, 20 will be double, 27. 27 means how much I get? 108. That means I am marking a profit of 8%. That profit of 8% is how much? 96 rupees given to us in the question. Now, if the retailer invests equal amount of cost price at 7.5% per annum. So, if I am investing this at 7.5% annum, then how much interest I'll get? 8% is 96 means 1% will be 12. 1% is 12 means 0.5% will be 6. So, 6 less means 90. So, for 1 year, I'll get 90 rupees interest. For the interest to be 360 years, for the interest to be 360 rupees, for the interest to be 360 rupees, how much time? N will be 4 years. 90 becomes 360 in how many years? 4 years. So the correct answer will be option B. Option B is a right option. Next, question number 32. A bag contains 6 red balls, 4 blue balls, 8 white balls. If 3 balls are drawn at random, find the probability that 1 is red and 2 are blue. 1 is red and 2 are blue means first of all the total number of outcomes. How many total balls are there? 6 red balls, 4 blue balls and 8 white balls. If I add all of them, total number of balls are 18. From that, how many are we selecting? 3. So 18 C3. And in this 3 selections, I want 1 red ball. So out of 6, we need to select 1. And out of 4 blue balls, we need 2. So 4C2. Let us calculate this. This is 6 into 4 into 3 divided by one more 3 divided by this is 18 into 17 into 16. So 3 into 3 is 9, 9 into 2. Now 4 ones and 4 fours, 2 ones and 2 threes. So what is left out? 3 by 17 into 4 is 68. 3 by 68. Option A is the correct answer. Option A is our correct answer. Next question. Question number 33. The smallest number of 5 consecutive odd number series is 3 more than the second largest number of 5 consecutive even numbers. Then find the average of 5 consecutive even number series is how much less than that of average of odd number series. So we are talking about 5 consecutive odd numbers. We are also talking about 5 consecutive even numbers. So let us first write down these 5 consecutive odd numbers. Like let me say O1, O2, O3, O4 and O5, my 5 consecutive odd numbers. Let me also write down E1, E2, E3, E4 and E5, my 5 consecutive even numbers. So let me write down these even numbers. For example, let me say this is 2, this will be 4, 6, 8 and 10. Now question says that smallest odd number will be 3 more than second largest even number. Second largest is 8, so 3 more will be 11, 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. Now we know if I have 5 terms, their average will be middle number itself. So the average is 15. If I have 5 terms, average will be middle number itself. Average is 6. Question is asking average of 5 consecutive even numbers is how much less than average of 5 consecutive odd number series. So 6 and 15, how much is the difference? 9. 9 means our correct answer will be option D. Option D is the right answer. Next, question number 34. In this question number 34, what do we observe? Two vessels contain milk and water in the ratio 7:3 and 2:3 respectively. In what ratio should the contents of the vessels be mixed such that the final ratio is 23:17? So mixtures and allocations question. This is 7 by 10. This is 2 by 5. And this becomes how much? 23 by 40. 23 by 40. So I'll make all the denominators 40 so that it will be easier to cancel. So this will be into 4 into 4. This also is into 8 and into 8. All the denominators are 40. So apply allegations. This is 16 minus 23. 16 minus 23 is minus 7. And this is 23 minus 28. This is minus 5. Minus minus gets cancelled out. Ratio comes out to be 7:5. 7:5 is our answer. That is option B. Next question. Question number 35. Question number 35 says a man invested 1600 rupees on compound interest for 2 years at the rate of R percentage per annum. At the rate of R percentage per annum and gets amount of 2304 and gets amount of 2304. If the same amount is invested on simple interest at R minus 8 percentage, find out the interest. So what we'll first do on this principal of 1600 rupees, how much interest is he getting? Interest that is getting. How much is this? 1600 to 2304. What is the difference? Difference is 804. Difference is 8, sorry. Difference is 704. 704. So this 704 is how much in percentage? How will I calculate? Now 704 divided by 1600 into 100 percentage. So two zeros gets cancelled out. 16 ones and 16 44. So rate of interest for these 2 years is 44 percentage. Now rate of interest for 2 years is 44 percentage. The rate of interest for 1 year will be how much? 20 percentage. So we found out R is 20 percentage per annum. Once we know R is 20 percentage per annum, how much is the simple interest we'll get when we invest at how much? R minus 8 percentage. R minus 8 percentage means 12 percentage. If I invest at 12 percentage, how much interest I'll get in simple interest for 2 years? So R minus 8 means how much? 12 percentage for 1 year. For 2 years, how much? 24 percentage. So for 2 years, it will be 24 percentage of 1600. Percentage will cancel out 2 zeros. 24 into 16. 24 into 16. Middle numbers is 20 square minus difference 4 square. This is 400 minus 16. 384. 384. 384 is our correct answer. That is option A. Option A is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 7. The present age of father is twice as that of his son. Okay, so a ratio is given that father's present age and son's present age is 2:1 ratio. Next, 10 years ago, that means father's age before 10 years and son's age before 10 years is how much? 3:1, thrice of his son. So now we'll apply a direct technique, a shortcut to calculate this. First, we'll cross multiply this. 2 into 1, 3 into 1. What is the difference? 1 part. Now write down these differences here, 10 and 10. Again cross multiply. 3 into 10, 1 into 10. Difference is 20. 30 and 10. Difference is 20. One part is 20 means father's present age. Father's present age is 20 years. Sorry, 20 into 2. Father's present age is 2 parts. 2 parts means 40 years. And son's present age is 1 part. 1 part means 20 years. Question is asking what will be the ratio of their ages after 15 years. After 15 years. After 15 means father's age after 15 to son's age after 15. Father's age after 15 will be 55 and son's age after 15 will be 35. So this is 5 11ths and 5 7ths. So ratio will come out to be 11:7. 11:7 is our right answer. That is option D. Option D. Moving to the next question. Question number 8. Sorry, 37. Question number 37. Sunil invested X plus 2000 and Anil invested X plus 3000 in a partnership. If profit at the end of the year is 48,000 and value of Anil's share in it is 28,000, then find the value of X. Then find the value of X. If I know profit of Sunil I can find out profit of Anil. If I know profit of Anil, I can find out profit of Sunil. Profit of Anil is already given to us 28,000. So profit of Sunil will be 20,000. So this is Sunil will be 20,000. Anil will be 28,000. So ratio will come out to be 5:7. Ratio of their profits is 5:7. That means they have invested in the ratio 5:7. Once I know that they have invested in the ratio 5:7, the difference in their investment and the difference in this number of parts will be same. Difference in the number of parts is 2 parts. How much is the difference in their investment? X plus 2000 and X plus 3000. Difference in their investment is 1000. 2 parts is 1000. One part will be 500. Once one part is 500, I can now easily calculate how much did Sunil invest. Sunil invested how much? 5 parts. 5 parts means how much? 2500. This 2500 is nothing but X plus 2000. That means X is how much? 500. X is 500. Correct answer is option A. Option A will be our right answer. Question number 9. Question number 9. The side of a rectangle are in the ratio 5:4. Question number 38. The side of a rectangle are in the ratio 5:4. That is length is to breadth. If the length is increased by 3 centimeters and breadth is reduced by 37 1 by 2 percentage. 37 1 by 2 percentage means how much in fraction? 3 by 8. 37 1 by 2% means 3 by 8. The new area obtained is 150 centimeters square, less than the original area. Less than the original area. So let me say that my original length to breadth ratio, let that be 5x and 4x. So original area will be 5x into 4x, how much? 20x square. Now new area. New area will be how much? Length increased by 3 centimeters. So 5x plus 3 and breadth decreased or reduced by 3 by 8. Breadth reduced by 3 by 8. That means 4x into 5 by 8. 4x into 5 by 8. Now this new area is how much less? 150 less than the original area. That means new area plus 150 will give me original area. Or you can say this is 4 ones and 4 twos. So if I'll multiply this further, how much I'll get? 12.5 x square plus 7.5 x. 7.5x. So new area, that is 12.5 x square plus 7.5x plus 150 is equals to 20x square. So if I'll cancel out this, what is left out in the right side? 7.5x square. So if I now cancel out with 7.5, 7.5 and this comes out to be 20. So we have x square minus x minus 20 is equals to 0. That gives us x value is 5. X value is 5. Once you know x value is 5, we have to find out the perimeter of the rectangle. Perimeter of the rectangle. Perimeter of the rectangle means 2 into L plus B. How much is L plus B? 5x plus 4x is 9x. So 2 into 9x is how much? 18x. 18x means how much? 90 centimeter. 18x means 90 centimeter. That is our option D. Option D will be the right answer. Next question. Question number 39. Question number 39. Question number 39 says train X traveling at 62 km per hour crosses another train Y running in opposite direction at 37 km per hour in 18 seconds. Next, the ratio of length of train X to train Y 7:4 and train X crosses a platform in 27 seconds. So first of all, train X is crossing another train Y. Both are running in opposite direction. So length of train X plus length of train Y. I can easily find out relative speed is how much? 62 plus 37. 99 kilometer per hour. Convert it into meters per second. 5 by 18 into time. Time is how much? 18. So 18 gets cancelled out. 99 into 5 will be how much? 495 meters. 495 meters. Now length of these two trains ratio is already given. 7:4. Total 11 parts is 495. 11 parts is 495. One part will be 45. One part will be 45 means 7 parts. The first train X, 7 parts. will be 7 into 45. 7 into 45 means 315. Length of second part, 4 parts. 4 into 45. 4 into 45 means 180 meters. 180 meters. Now, once the length of train X and length of train Y is calculated, question again says the train X is crossing a platform. Platform in 27 seconds. That means 315 meters plus length of platform. This is equals to speed of train X 62 into 5 by 18 for converting it into meters per second into seconds. Seconds means 27. This is 9 into 2 and this is 9 into 3. 2 ones and 2 30 ones. 2 30 ones. So 31 into 15. 31 into 15 means this comes out to be 465. 465 meters. So length of the platform. Length of the platform means if I'll take it to the other side, 465 minus 315. 465 minus 300 is 165. 165 minus 15 is 150 meters. Length of the platform comes out to be 150 meters. 150 meters means option B. Option B will be our right answer. Next question. Question number 40. Question number 40. Average age of all the employees in a company is 32 years. 60% of the employees 60% of the employees are females. So I have male employees and I have female employees. Female employees are 60%. That means male employees are 40%. Once I know male employees are 40%, I can calculate how many male employees and how many female employees. How can I calculate? Because at the ending it is giving us total 50 employees are there. So out of 50 employees, 60% means 30 female employees are there and 20 male employees are there. And 20 male employees are there. Now coming to the question again. 60% of the employees in the company are female and the ratio of average of all employees to average of all male employees is 6 is to 7. 6 is to 7. That means 20 male employees when multiplied with their average, that is 7x, will give me the total of the male employees plus 30 female employees multiplied with their average will give me total age of female employees, that is 6x. This is equals to how much is the total? 50 employees and their average is 32. So this is 50 into 32. So 20 into 7, 140. 30 into 6. 30 into 6 is 180. 140 plus 180, 320x. So 320x is equals to 50 into 32. So 32 and 0 will cancel out 320. That means x is equals to 5. Once I know x is equals to 5, what is this question asking? Find the average age of all the male employees. What is this x? This x is nothing but we have taken this as 6x and 7x, no? So average age of all male employees. Average age of all employees is how much? 7x. 7x means 7 into 5. 7 into 5 is how much? 35. 35 means option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 41. Ratio of upstream speed of a boat to speed of river current is 4 is to 1. Ratio of upstream speed of a boat to speed of a river current is 4 is to 1. That means what we have upstream speed is how much? V minus U divided by speed of current is U. This ratio is given 4 is to 1. So I'll make this as 4x by x. That means if U is x, U is x means V will be how much? 5x. Because V minus U is 4x. If U goes to the other side, V becomes 5x. Now, it covers 42 kilometers in downstream in T hours. It covers 42 kilometers in downstream in T hours. That means I can find out this time T. T will be 42 divided by downstream speed. Downstream speed means 6x V plus U. Now, and 24 kilometers in upstream in T minus 1 hour. So 24 kilometers. 24 kilometers upstream. So 24 divided by upstream means V minus U. That is 4x is equals to T minus 1. T is already known. 42 by 6x minus 1. So what we have here? 6 ones and 6 sevens. 4 ones and 4 6. So 6 by x and 7 by x. And this is minus 1. So what we get here? X is equals to 1. Once we know x is equals to 1, what is the question asking? Find the speed of boat in still water. Speed of boat in still water means v. V is how much? 5x. 5x means how much? 5 kilometer per hour. 5 kilometer per hour, option A. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 42. A is 33% more efficient than B. A is 33% more efficient than B. So efficiency, when we write about efficiency, A to B, what is the efficiency ratio? A is more efficient than B. How much more? One third. One third means if B is 3, A will be 4. Next, efficiency when it comes to B and C, or A and C, efficiency of A and C. C is 20% less than efficiency of A. That means if A is 5, C will be 4. C will be 4. So if I find out the efficiency of A is to B is to C, efficiency of A is to B is to C, it will come out to be 20 is to 15 is to 16. Efficiency ratio of ABC is 20 is to 15 is to 16. Now what we need to do? Question is asking us to calculate, find out the time in which C alone will complete the whole work. For finding out how much C alone will do in the complete the whole work, we need to first know what is the whole work. How will we find out the whole work? The question says they together, that means A and B together worked for 2 days and they completed 29 1 by 6% of the work. For this I should know that 29 1 by 6%. This is nothing but 7 by 24. 7 by 24. 29 1 by 6% is 7 by 24. So 7 by 24 is equals to how much work they have done? A and B in one day are doing how much? 20 parts, 15 parts, total 35 parts. In 2 days we'll do how much? 70 parts. So 7 ones and 7 tens. So 1 is how much? 240 parts. That means my total work is 240 parts. Now I want in how many days C alone will complete the work. In how many days C alone will complete the work means C is doing 16 parts in one day, 240 parts in how many days? C will take how many days? 240 by 16. This is how many days? 15 days. C will take 15 days. 15 days means option E is the correct answer. Option E will be our correct answer. Next question. Next question. Question number 43 to 47. Question number 43 to 47. Now, in this question, this is a pie chart given to us. What is this pie chart talking? This pie chart is saying us about the total number of books. Total number of books sold by total number of books sold by 5 different booksellers. 5 different booksellers. So, total books are 720. Total books are 720. Now, what is the question asking? Find out the difference between central angle of books sold by C and that of D. Now, C and D, what is the difference in percentage? 5 percentage divided by 100 percentage into 360 degrees. Difference between central angle of C and D means I first found out difference in their percentage divided by 100 percentage into 360. This is 5 ones and 5 20s, 20 ones and 20 18s. So the central angle difference will be 18 degree. Option B. Option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 44. Question number 44. What is this question asking? Find the difference between total books sold by B and E together. Find the difference between total books sold by B and E together. First of all, B and E together, how much is the percentage? B and E together, how much is the percentage? B and E. This is 25 percentage. How much is A? 20 percentage. So difference is how much? 5 percentage. 10 percentage will be how much? 720. 10 percentage will be 72. 5 percentage will be how much? 36. So difference in the number of books sold will be 36. Next question. Question number 45. Question number 45. Question number 45. Find the ratio of total books sold by B and C together. B and C together, how much they are selling? They are selling 40%. To total books sold by A and E together. A and E together, they are selling how much? 30%. Ratio is how much? 4 is to 3. 4 is to 3. Option A is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 46. Question number 46. Next. Total number of books sold by B and D together is what percentage more than total number of books sold by A and E together? B and D together, how much they are selling? B and D together is 45%. Now A and E together, how much they are selling? A and E together, they are selling 30%. Now 45 is how much more than 30? 50%. 45 is how much more than 30? 50%. That means option E. Option E is our correct answer. Question number 46. Option E is our correct answer. Next. Question number 47. Question number 47. Find the average number of books sold by A, C and E. Average number of books sold by A, C and E. A is selling how much percentage? 20%. C is selling how much percentage? 25%. E is selling how much percentage? 10%. So the average is how much? 20 plus 25 plus 10 is how much? 55% divided by 3 into 720. So this is 3 ones and 3 240s. So half of 240, 120, 5% means again 12. 12 plus 120, this is 132. 132 means option D is our correct answer. Option D is our correct answer. Question number 48. A and B sold each book at rupees 15 and rupees 18 respectively. Then find out the total revenue got by A and B together. A and B together. A is selling 20%. 10% is 72. 20% means 144. Each book is 15. This is for A. What about B? B is selling each book for 18. B is selling how many books? 15%. 10% is 72. 5% is 36. 15% will be 108 into 18. 108 into 18. So 144 into 15. 144 into 15 is 2160. 108 into 18. This is 1944. So if I add them, what will I get? 4, 0, 1 and 4. 4104. That is our option B. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. What should come in place of question mark? So the missing number series. Missing number series 768 to 192. This is divided by 4. 192 to 48 divided by 4. 48 to 12 divided by 4. So 12 divided by 4 will be 3. 12 divided by 4 will be 3. So option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Next, question number 50. Question number 50. 10, 18, 34, question mark, 130 and 258. 258. Difference is, how much is the difference? 8. Difference is 16. Difference unknown. Difference unknown. Again, difference is 130, 258 is 128. So if I observe, 8 into 2 is 16. And in the table of 16, I'll get 128. So 16 into 2, 32. 32 into 2, 64. 64 into 2, 128. So 34 and 32. 34 plus 32 is 66. 66 means option B is the correct answer. Option B is our correct answer. Question number 51. Question number 51. 8, 56, 336, 2352 and 14112. 14112. 8 to 56. 8 into 7 is 56. 56 to 336. 56 into 6 is 336. 336 to 2352 into 7. 6 into 7 is 2. Again 2352 to 14112 into 6. So last is into 7. Into 7 means 2 into 7 is 4. 2 into 7 is 4. So what we will do? 14112 into 7. 7 2 is 14. 4 and 1 is carry. 7 1 7 plus 1 is 8. Ending with 84. Ending with 84. Option B is the correct answer. Option B is our correct answer. Next question. Question number 52. Question number 52. We have 16, 48, 24, 24, 72, 36, 108 and question mark. 108 and question mark. So this is 16 into 3, 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 24 into 3 is 72. 72 divided by 2 is 36. 36 into 3 is 108. Now 108 divided by 2 is 54. 108 divided by 2 is 54. 54. 54 is our correct answer. Where is 54? We don't have 54, so none of this is the correct answer. None of these is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 53. Question number 53. 2, 7, 26, 101, 400, question mark, question mark. So if I observe, what is this? This is 2 into 4. 2 into 4 is 8 minus 1. Now 7 into 4 minus 2 is 26. 26 into 4, 104 minus 3 is 101. Again 101 into 4, 404 minus 4 is 400. 400 into 4, 1600 minus 5. 1600 minus 5 is 1595. Option A is the correct answer. Option A is our correct answer. Now we have a bar graph. We have a bar graph. I think we also have a pie chart. We also have a pie chart in this. So what we need to do, first of all form a data table. First of all form a data table. First of all form a data table. What is this question trying to say? That the following bar graph shows the data of percentage of working in different people working in different organizations. Percentage of people working and different people working in different organizations. That means the first is showing us percentage of male and female bar graph. The pie chart is showing us percentage breakup of employees in 5 different organizations. Percentage breakup of employees in 5 different organizations. Total is 100 percentage. 100 percentage is 35,000. 100 percentage is 35,000 means 1 percentage. 1 percentage will be how much? 350. 1 percentage will be 350. 1 percentage will be 350. That means 18 percentage means 18 into 350. 22 percentage means 22 into 350. So first of all, we will form a small data table so that it becomes easier for us. How many organizations are there? 5 organizations. So A, B, C, D, and E. 5 organizations are there. So in this first 5 organizations, we will first find out how many employees are there in total. A is 18 percentage. Now 18 percentage means 18 into 350. 18 into 350 means this is 18 into 350. So we have 18 into 354. So this is 6350. 6300. 6300. Next is 22. 22 means 7700. 3.5 times basically. Next is C. C means 31. 31 means 10850. Next is D. D is 15. 15 percentage means again 3.5 times. 3.5 times means 5250. E. E is 14. 14 means again 3.5. So 4900. Next, we'll find out about males and females also. Once we find it out, all the questions will be easier to us. Once we find it out, all the questions will be easier. So we want to find out males and females. Males and females. But the question is giving us females and males. So we should be careful while finding it out. First is not always males. Okay. So females are 30 percentage only. Females are 30 percentage. 30 percentage means how much? 1890. First find out female so that we don't get confused. Second is 55 percentage, or find it out. combinedly. Males will be 70%. 70% means how much? 70% means 7 into 630. 7 into 630. 7 into 630 means 4410. 4410. Next, for B, 55%, 45%. So 50 plus 5, 50 minus 5. 50 plus 5 and 50 minus 5. 50 plus 5 means this females comes out to be 4235. 50 minus 5, 50 minus 5 means this comes out to be 3465. 3465. Next is your C. 60% are females. 60% are females means 6 into 1085. 6 into 1085 is 6510. 6510. Next, males are 40%. 40% means 4 into 1085. 4 into 1085 means 4340. Next, D. Females are 40%. 40% means 2100. Rest will be males. Rest will be males means 3150. Similarly for E. Females are 25%. 25% means 1225. Remaining will be males. Remaining will be males means 3675. Now let us move to the question. Now let us move to the question. Okay. Question number 54. What is the number of females in organization D? Very simple. Number of females in organization D, 2100. Number of females in organization D is 2100. We don't have any 2100, so correct option will be none of these. That is option E. Next question. Question number 55. Question number 55. Question number 55. What is the difference between number of females in organization B and number of females in organization E? Number of females in organization B 4235. Number of females in organization E 1225. If I'll subtract that, what will I get? 3010. That is option B. Option B is our correct answer. Option B is our correct answer. Next question. Question number 56. Question number 56. What is this question asking? What is the total number of males in organization A and C together? Organization A males are 4410. Organization C males are 4430. So what we have? 4410 and 4340. So this is 57 and 8. 8750. That is our option D. Option D is the correct answer. Question number 57. Question number 57. What is the total number of males in all the organizations together? What is the total number of males in all the organization together? If I'll observe, two two options are there ending with zeros and two options are there ending with 40 and 60. So I would first check with options. If I will first check with options, then it would be much more convenient. So if I'll check with options for males, this is 50 plus 40, 90. 65 and 75, 140. So 140, or you can do it this way. 50 plus 40, 90. 90 plus 10 is 100. 100 plus 65 and 75. 65 plus 75 is 140. 100 plus 140 is 240. 240 means the last two digits will be 40. Last two digits will be 40. 40 means our correct answer will be option C. Option C is the correct answer. Question number 58. Question number 58. Question number 58. What is this question saying? Total number of employees in organization A is what percentage of total number of employees in organization D? Total number of employees we are talking about, not about males and females. So directly we can take from percentage. A is 18%, D is 15%. A is 18%, D is 15%. So 18 by 15. 18 by 15 means how much? 6 by 5. 6 by 5 means how much? 120%. 120%. Option C is the correct answer. Option C is our correct answer. Next, question number 59. Question number 59. Again, question number 59. we have a different question, different data table that is given to us, so we'll erase this part. What is this data table talking about? Number of students in 5 disciplines of a college over the years. Number of students in 5 disciplines of a college over the years. So there is this discipline 2001, 2002, years 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Art, science, commerce, management, all the disciplines are given to you. Now questions. What was approximate percentage increase in the number of students in commerce discipline from 2003 to 2004? 2003 to 2004. What was the increase? 2003 to 2004. 275 to 284. 275 to 284. The increase, sorry, for commerce. Commerce is 2003, 265, and this is 290. So increase is how much? 25 divided by 265 into 100 percentage. This is 5 fives and this is 5 53s. So 500 by 53. 500 by 50 means closer to 10 percentage and approximately 9 percentage. Approximately 9 percentage. That is our option D. Option D is our correct answer. Option D is our correct answer. So next question number 60. In which year the percentage change in agriculture discipline was highest? In which year the percentage change was highest? So we'll write down 314 to 365. This change is how much? 51. 51 divided by 314. Next year 365 to 336. There is a decrease. How much is the decrease? 29 divided by 365. 29 divided by 365. Next 336 to 348. 336 to 348. This is 12 divided by 336. 12 divided by 336. Next 348 to 326. 348 to 326. Decrease. Decrease how much? 22. 22 divided by 348. Next last 326 to 383. This is 57 divided by 326. 57 divided by 326. So if you'll observe all these numbers, 57 is the highest, and if you observe all the denominators, 314 and 326. So these two are the least possible ones. So 326 is almost closer and 57 is greater than 51. That means 57 by 326 will be the highest one. That means our answer for this question will be for 2006. For 2006, the percentage change will be highest. For 2006, the percentage change will be highest. Next question. Question number 61. Question number 61. What is this question asking us to calculate? In which discipline was there a continuous increase in the number of students over the given years? Continuous increase means there should be no decrease. 240 to 260. Let us look at arts. 240 to 260, 260 to 275, 275 to 284, 296, 312. So in all the years it is increasing. Increasing in the sense continuous increase is there. That means our answer will be arts. Next question. Question number 62. The total number of students in agriculture in 2001 and 2005 together was approximately what percentage of number of students of the same discipline in 2002? Agriculture 2001 and 2005. This total is 314 plus 326, giving us 640. And in 2002, it was 365. So divided by 365 into 100 percentage. Into 100 percentage. So 365. That means almost nearer to double. Almost nearer to double. So how much less than double? How much less than double means this is 80 less than double. 80 less than double means 36. 365 10 percentage will be 36.5. I want 80. So double of 36 will be how much? 73. How much is the difference again? 7. So almost around 22 percentage, almost around 22 percentage less than 200, almost around 22 percentage less than 200. 22 percentage less than 200, almost around that number means 176. 176 will be our correct option. That is option D. Next question. Question number 63. In which year was the difference in the number of students in arts and science exactly 130? So we have arts, we have science. This is not 130. 130, 260 and 390. 260 and 390, how much is the difference? 130. That means the year is 2002. Option B is our correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 64. Question number 64. Roots are given. Nothing to worry. What we need to do when roots are there is that understand 7 into 783. 7 into 783. Divide this with the number inside the root. 7. So 7 gets cancelled out. So we have 783. I want this 783 from 56. I want this 783 from 56. Understand that 783 is nothing but 784 minus 1. 784 minus 1 means this is 28 square minus 1 square. That means 28 plus 1, 28 minus 1. That means 27 into 29. 27 into 29. So for x what we will get? 27 root 7 by 7 and 29 root 7 by 7. So finally what we are getting is 27 by root 7 and 29 by root 7. 29 by root 7. Plus and plus means both the roots will be minus. Both the roots are minus. Next, similarly for y. If I look for y, 7 into 187 divided by 7, so only 187 will be left out. This 28 will be divided. How it will be divided? This will be divided as 17 into 11. 17 into 11. So finally what we'll get? 17 by root 7, 11 by root 7. So minus 17 by root 7 and this is minus 11 by root 7. All the denominators are same. We can directly start comparing. All the denominators are same, we can directly start comparing here. So how will we compare? Minus 27 is less than minus 17. Minus 27 is less than minus 17. Minus 27 is less than minus 11 also. So minus 29 again less than minus 17 minus 11. So what we are concluding is that x is less than y. X is less than y. X is less than y. Option B. Option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. 60x square plus 21x minus 120 is equals to 0. And 55y square plus 194y minus 693 is 0. The simplest solution is plus minus and plus minus. Wherever you will see this plus minus and plus minus, the result will be no relation. No relation. No relation means option E will be the correct answer. Option E will be the correct answer.